I'm Danielle, and today we're talking about making progress on your side hustle. So if you've got a full-time job or work that keeps you busy and pays the bills, but you're working on something else on the side, whether it be a side business, side gig, side hustle, whatever you call it, we're going to talk about how to make actual progress when you're trying to balance it all. I made a video recently about how to start a side business and what I'm doing to kick off my side business. So if that's relevant to you and you want to check it out, definitely cue it up next. But for now, I'll give you a little bit of context. So for a couple of years now, I've been administering these strengths assessments, and it's mostly for the person who trained me and her clients. So I'm basically doing a slice of this process of strengths work with teams to help them hire the right people and work on their team dynamics. I find it really interesting. I've been loving it the last couple of years, and I really wanted to start to take on clients of my own, and I actually got my first client recently. Again, watch that other video if you want to hear more background. But my struggle over the last couple of months as I decided to devote more time to this is to actually find that time. I have a busy full-time job, as you may know from watching my other videos, and it was really a struggle to figure out how I'm gonna actually set aside the time to work on this. It was a struggle at first because I really didn't feel like I was making any progress. A few minutes here and a few minutes there made it feel like nothing was happening over the span of a couple of weeks, and those tasks that I knew I needed to do were just lingering in the back of my head and stressing me out, honestly. Needless to say, the very first step is to actually block out time, and I mean consistently. I came across this concept called a minimum effective dose. Let's just compare this to medicine for a second. So if you are taking a certain drug, let's say for a headache, there's a certain amount that if you take it in, it might be so minuscule that it actually doesn't make any difference. And I kind of feel like this is true with devoting time to your side hustle. If you're just doing a task here or there over a span of a couple weeks or a month, it's basically nothing. But if you hit that certain amount where it's a certain number of milligrams, that's the smallest amount that it's actually gonna help your headache go away. Obviously, a larger amount might make more of an effect on the symptoms you're experiencing. So same is true with blocking out a significant amount of time for your side hustle or side gig. If you hit this certain level of actually devoting time to what you're doing, you'll start to notice progress. And obviously, if you scale that up, you will notice more progress. And for me, this was really about admitting that I needed to find a way to make a routine out of this. How can I consistently devote that time so that I'm actually making real progress? And that started with waking up earlier. So I decided every Monday through Thursday, I was going to devote 30 to 60 minutes to actually work on my side project. And let me tell you something, it's been almost 2 months since I decided to start committing that time in the mornings to the side project, and it has been amazing. I mean, I have stuck with it ever since then, every single time, without exception, and I am making real progress now. I mean, it is like night and day, and I actually started looking forward to it because I felt like I was starting my day off right and really working on something that I was passionate about, and that just felt really meaningful to me. So I've stuck with it, I've really noticed a difference, and it's really helped me to build actual momentum. I've just built it up from there. So now I actually pick out a couple tasks over the weekends and set aside some time to actually make progress then as well. And I am super happy with how that's going. As I said, this is really working for me because, you know, I still am in the early stages and just trying to figure out what I'm doing. And so everything from, you know, writing a proposal to, you know, setting up kind of like a sales meeting or a consultation to, you know, responding to emails back and forth to developing my own materials. That has all been super important to be doing on those mornings and weekends so that I am setting myself up for success, even if I'm just kind of figuring it out along the way. So, oh, we have a guest. Hello. So anyways, there are a few more things that I want to get done before I wrap up my work for today. So I'm going to dive back into that, and then we will catch up on step number 2 about making progress on your side gig. She's so cute. All right, it's time for step number 2, and that is to do the right things at the right time. Really make sure that you are not giving yourself busy work for your side business. And here's the main clue. If you're doing a lot of work behind the scenes and really avoiding putting yourself out there, you might be getting caught in this trap. So pay extra attention to this tip, because many times people will pour money and time into a website, logo, social media handles, and it's not even a proven concept yet. 9 times out of 10, it's actually better to have happy customers or clients and an actual money exchange before you dive all in. You want to know your market, and you want to have confirmation that you actually like this work and you're willing to devote the time it takes to start this thing up. For me, I just Googled a few things and watched a couple of videos to understand when is the right time to set up the LLC, when to talk to an accountant or a lawyer, and when it makes sense to start paying for certain subscriptions to tools that I know in the long run I will need. So again, you just gotta check yourself, because if you are really doing the right things at the right time, you will know, and you will be getting out of your comfort zone, putting yourself out there, and just understanding when is that right time to be doing some of these other things behind the scenes. And how can I up front make sure that I'm really focusing on the right market and focusing on the right thing for my interests and strengths and where I want to be putting my energy. All right, I interrupt this program to talk about procrastination in real time. A moment ago when I was talking about, doing the most important things, I want to actually talk about why we probably don't do the most important things. If you find yourself procrastinating, not working on your side project at all, or not doing things that you know are actually going to make the difference and actually make progress, which almost every weekend when I try to work on stuff, I experience that, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I'm like, I don't know why I'm avoiding this. I don't know why this is happening. But I know you probably know what it probably could be is just either perfectionism of wanting it to be amazing, and if it's not gonna be amazing, not wanting to do it at all, or avoiding it because you're it's uncomfortable, whether that's reaching out to people or doing stuff that is gonna get you further along and you're kind of scared what comes next. The fact of the matter is it's almost impossible to build a side business that's completely comfortable and completely in your comfort zone. I mean, especially if you've never done anything like that before, it's going to be uncomfortable. I'm telling you this as much as I'm telling myself. I mean, I'm not a huge procrastinator, but I definitely know I can almost accidentally avoid doing things and not even realize, because I'm naturally tending towards things that are more comfortable and staying away from things that are less comfortable. Anyways, I'm sharing all this to say it's completely normal to avoid doing the things you know you need to do to move your side hustle forward, because it's uncomfortable, because you don't know what's next, because it's just the unknown, it's scary, and all that jazz. But honestly, I think the way out of fear is to just do the thing. When you know what you need to do, you know how to make progress, and you just feel yourself avoiding doing the thing, the only real answer is to just do it. I think waiting until you're feeling ready, you'll be waiting forever. But if you just start, if you just allow it to be imperfect, if you just get going, that's going to, again, build that momentum and just take you one step further. So even though I feel myself getting uncomfortable, not wanting to do what I know I need to do to prepare for this new client, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I'm just going to get started, and I know that works pretty much every single time for me. That is what I am gonna try. Anyways, I hope this helps you see that nobody's perfect. I mean, everybody finds themselves avoiding discomfort in one way or another, and you can still do it. You can still work around that procrastination and just get things going and actually make progress on your side gig. So let's do it. As much as I'd love to just sit here, eat dried mushrooms, or take a nap like this pup, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna get stuff done. Hi, my name's Danielle, and I'm perfect all the time. Just kidding, I'm procrastinating right now. Don't look at me like that. Judging eyes. I would like to report back and say that I did the thing. It's an hour and 15 minutes later. I finished my stuff and I feel a whole lot better. So let's sit down and talk about the final point here. I want to share one thing that honestly I've learned the hard way that's really the only way you're going to make continuous progress, and that is to recognize your progress. I will do anything to feel like I'm not stagnating. For whatever reason, that really affects me, is to feel like I'm not making any progress, I'm not going anywhere, I'm stuck in whatever place I'm in my life. That is a very painful feeling for me, and a few years back I was just really feeling that. I was in a job I didn't really like. I'm pretty sure that's when I was still in corporate, and it just wasn't a fit for me. I didn't know what to do next, and I just felt like no matter how much energy I put into figuring out what was next for me, I felt like I was stuck in the same place. And even with a side gig, you can feel the same way where, you know, you're hustling, you're putting in tons of energy and time, and you feel like you're not getting anywhere and you're exhausted. It's very easy to do. And this is why this last step is crucial to really feel a sense of momentum internally. And that is really to find some way to record your progress and really appreciate the steps that you've taken to move yourself forward. Whether this is in a notebook or with a friend or some sort of like monthly review or something, find something that works for you. I have an accountability buddy that I talk to every Friday. Her name's Sarah. We've talked for years. That's one way that I find it really great to appreciate progress, and she does the same. And another one is a bullet journal. I use a journal to track all my goals, my to-dos, and my progress. And I have specific pages on each goal, and every step that I take towards that goal, I'll mark it down or I'll color in a little square. And that really helps me to measure and acknowledge the steps that I've taken to progress towards that goal. Again, if you record and acknowledge your progress, you're gonna feel like you're going somewhere. You're gonna feel this forward energy, and then you're more likely to invest more time and energy into going towards that goal rather than just feeling stuck and defeated. So do whatever steps you need to do in order to feel this sense of progress, and really record, acknowledge, feel it, because it's gonna keep you rolling. And after all, any sort of side gig, side hustle, side business is not a sprint, it is a marathon. And we will leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching this video, for tagging along with me for a day as I work on my side business, and I wish you luck in whatever you're working on right now. If you like this video, definitely like it so I know what kind of stuff you like to hear me talking about, and please subscribe so that you'll get more videos from me in your feed. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!